Good morning. I'm out on my morning walk, and I thought, well, there's probably no better place to take a walk this morning than maybe the Over-the-Rhine neighborhood. I know a lot of you have probably been missing the hustle and bustle around Cincinnati and downtown and going out to restaurants and bars, and I know we've definitely missed leading our tours. So today I'm going to just walk you a little bit around the neighborhood where we typically do the signature Over-the-Rhine tour. We start right at Findlay Market, so it's actually a fairly short tour, just a little over a mile or so, and we typically include 4 restaurants. So you get 4 breaks along the way where you go in, sit down, have a little something to eat at each stop, and then we continue on to the next one. So now we're on Race Street. Race Street has changed so much in the last 2 or 3 years. Most of the buildings that you see now that are retail and commercial space here on the first floor were either just parts of vacant lots, or they were totally boarded up and graffiti written everywhere. You can still see there's still work to be done. Some of the buildings are still in the process of being restored. As far as the architecture here in Over-the-Rhine, most of it is a style that is Italianate. We have the largest collection of Italianate architecture that's in one neighborhood in the whole United States, right here in Over-the-Rhine. So we definitely do learn to appreciate a little bit more about what we have here. And as I mentioned, this is 19th century architecture that's just phenomenal. Typically, the most outstanding characteristic that people mention is the roof lines. So you can see how the overhanging eave there with those big brackets that holds it up are each very distinctive, very ornamental, and definitely impossible to replicate today. Approaching one of my favorite places in Over-the-Rhine, Cincinnati Music Hall has stood on this location since 1878. It was actually built by those German immigrants. You know how much they love singing in their choirs, and the church social life was such an important part of what they were doing here as far as sharing their culture. And they were singing in a building that wasn't quite like this one. So fortunately, they were able to get a public-private partnership together to build this glorious space where today we house the Cincinnati Symphony, the Cincinnati Pops, the Cincinnati Ballet, the May Festival Chorus, and also host numerous other private and public events. Another one of the great features of around Cincinnati and in all of our 52 neighborhoods now, we can find murals similar to this mural directly in front of me. This is one of them that I really enjoy explaining on the tours. The nonprofit group Artworks is behind our murals, and this one's really special because it has the tie-in to Music Hall right there behind me. I'm approaching Vine Street now. Vine Street is the heart of the restaurant and bar scene. On a typical day like today, you'd see so many people on the sidewalks and walking to their favorite eating or drinking spot. The boutiques and the gift shops, specialty shops have really come to life here in the last few years. So this is the heart of it all, and it's actually where the rebirth actually started in the early 2000s here in Over-the-Rhine. Continue our imaginary tour. We'll head back over toward Race Street. As we walk past the first time on Race, we probably would have gone into this next building that we're about to show you. This is Taft's Ale House. I try to include it on as many tours as we can. This was a former church built by those German immigrants, built in 1850, but it stood vacant for 60 years before it was renovated by 3CDC. Head back north on Race toward Findlay Market, where our tour will end. I hope that this has been just enough of a little tease to make you look forward to getting back out and doing things in the neighborhood, whether it's with me on a tour or whether it's on your own, just to get back and support all the local businesses, in particular those restaurants that are so important to our business, Cincinnati Food Tours.